In this video, we are going to discuss about nutrition in humans. In the last video, we have discussed about nutrition in unicellular animals and the 5 steps that occur in nutrition. So let's have a quick recap of what we had studied in the previous video. We had seen that there are 5 steps in nutrition that are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. Then we had studied about nutrition in amoeba. There is no specific mouth or anus in amoeba, and whatever food particle is identified by the amoeba, that is taken in by finger-like projections which are known as cytopodia, and a food vacuole is formed in the cytoplasm. That food vacuole moves around the whole cytoplasm. Digestion takes place inside the food vacuole, so that food vacuole acts as a stomach in amoeba. Absorption will take place by diffusion, and finally the waste material or undigested food particles are going to be eliminated by the plasma membrane. The plasma membrane is going to rupture, and whatever waste material is there, that will be removed off. Then we had studied about nutrition in paramecium. In paramecium, there is a specific place, or there is a specific mouth rather, you can say, that is known as cytostome. The beating of the cilia caused the food particle in the vicinity to enter into the cytostome. Same way food particle will be formed. Food particle is going to move around the whole cytoplasm. Diffusion will take place of the absorbed food matter, and the undigested food material that is left in the food vacuole will come near the cytopage and will be eliminated by the cytopage. So cytopage acts as anus in paramecium. Now let's move further and study about nutrition in humans. When we talk about nutrition in humans have a digestive system for nutrition. Our digestive system contains of alimentary canal and associated glands. Alimentary canal is a long tube-like structure. It starts with the mouth. So mouth is the anterior opening of the alimentary canal, and the mouth is followed by the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity consists of teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Then after buccal cavity, there is a region or area which is known as pharynx. Pharynx is followed by a tube-like structure which is known as esophagus. Then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and finally it ends into anus. So anus is the posterior opening of the alimentary canal. Now if we talk about the associated glands that are present in the digestive system, so there are 2 glands. One is liver and the second one is pancreas. Over here you can note that liver is the largest exocrine gland found in the body, and pancreas is known as a mixed gland. Now we are going to discuss about the alimentary canal in detail. We know that whatever food we are taking in into our mouth. So the mouth opens through the lips. After that, buccal cavity is present. So if you imagine in your body, so our buccal cavity on the front consists of teeth. On the 2 sides, it consists of cheeks. On the floor of the buccal cavity, we have our tongue, and on top there is a roof that is known as palate. Buccal cavity consists of teeth. Now when we are talking about teeth over here, we already know that there are 2 sets of teeth that are there in humans. One is the milk teeth, जो बच्चों के निकलते हैं, and then they fall off. Then there is a second set of teeth which is known as permanent teeth. All the teeth are not of the same size and shape. So our teeth are different in shape, and different teeth help us for in cutting, grinding, and chewing the food or tearing the food. So overall, if we combine the function of teeth, it helps in the mechanical breakdown of food. That means our teeth helps in chewing the food. Second important function of teeth apart from digestion is that it aids in speaking. That means, and you might have noticed also that in aged people, those who don't have teeth properly or have lost their teeth due to some reasons, due to old age, their vowels and their alphabets, their letters or their speech is not very clear to us. We have difficulty in understanding what they are speaking. That is because they are not able to pronounce properly without the teeth. Because when we are speaking, our tongue very frequently touches our teeth, and that creates different sounds. And you can try also that if you want to speak S and X without touching your tongue to the teeth, you won't be able to speak that properly. You can try this also. So teeth helps in speaking. Second organ that is present in our buccal cavity is the tongue. Tongue is a movable muscular organ. Movable means that we can move our tongue. Muscular means that it is made up of muscles. So tongue is a movable muscular organ. It helps in mixing food with saliva. So whatever food we are eating, we mix that food. Our teeth helps in chewing the food, and then later our tongue helps in mixing the food with saliva, and later on our tongue helps in swallowing. It pushes the food backwards into the esophagus. Apart from this, the tongue aids in speaking also. That means it helps us in speaking. We have salivary glands present in our buccal cavity. There are three pairs of salivary glands that are present in the buccal cavity, and our salivary glands secrete a watery secretion. Watery secretion means water like secretion, which is known as saliva. The saliva contains two enzymes, namely salivary amylase and lysozyme. This forms a very important question of the board, so kindly pay attention to this. We have already studied what are enzymes. They are biocatalyst, and over here whatever enzymes you are studying in the digestive system, they are going to enhance the rate or increase the rate of digestion. Whatever process will take place in ours will be completed in lesser time with the help of these enzymes. Salivary amylase that is present in the saliva breaks down starch into simple sugar. That means it is for the digestion of starch. And lysozyme that is present in the saliva kills bacteria. Now, whatever food we are eating, that is kept in open, and it contains a lot of bacteria, and in the air also there is a lot of bacteria, viruses that are present in the air. When we are speaking, those bacteria are continuously entering into your mouth, but we are not getting affected by those bacteria very often. The reason behind this is the saliva in our mouth contains an enzyme which is known as lysozyme, and this enzyme kills the bacteria that is entering into our mouth. It does not kill all the bacteria, but yes, it can kill a wide range of bacteria that are entering into our mouth. Apart from this, saliva also moistens the food. Then is pharynx. Pharynx is not a part, it is rather an area which is funnel like, and it leads to the esophagus. And over here you can note that pharynx is the common opening of the food pipe as well as the windpipe. Now come on to esophagus. Esophagus is a long tube-like structure which connects the pharynx, or you can say rather the buccal cavity, with the stomach. So from the esophagus, or you can say rather through the esophagus, the food enters into the stomach. So it's a connection to the stomach. There are certain involuntary contraction and relaxation of its wall, which are known as peristaltic movement or peristalsis. And with this contraction and relaxation, the food that is present in the esophagus is pushed downwards towards the stomach. So these peristaltic movements help in pushing the food towards the stomach. This is also very important. Peristaltic movements is very important. Now there is a word written over there in under esophagus, involuntary contraction and relaxation of its wall. What does involuntary mean? Involuntary means that is not under our control. Once you swallow the food, then you don't take care कि अच्छा अब इसे स्टमक की तरफ भी लेके जाना है ना. When your work is to swallow the food, and after that whatever movement of food is taking place in your alimentary canal, that is not under your will. That will automatically keep happening inside the alimentary canal. The food is automatically going to move from the esophagus to the stomach, from the stomach to the small intestine. So actions that are not under your control are known as involuntary actions. And peristaltic movement is also an involuntary action. Now, if we go through a quick look of what we have studied through a diagram. So this is the mouth that you can see over here in the diagram and closed by the lips. Then mouth leads into the buccal cavity. Over here you can see this black color structure that I have drawn over there indicates the tongue. Red dot-like structures shows the teeth. Then below that, these dotted lines that are connecting or that are moving towards downwards, it forms a funnel-like structure, and this region is known as the pharynx. This region is known as the pharynx that you can see below the teeth. And ultimately it is opening into the food pipe and windpipe. So on the front side, that the pipe-like structure that you can see in red color lines, that is the windpipe that will lead into the respiratory system, into the lungs. And the one shown in green color is the food pipe. So that is the esophagus. Esophagus is also known as the food pipe. The food pipe will lead into the stomach. So this is what we have studied today. So let's have a quick recap of this. Digestive system contains of alimentary canal and associated glands. Alimentary canal consists of mouth, teeth, tongue, salivary glands. Salivary glands consist of two enzymes, salivary amylase and lysozyme. You can see the function of both of them. Then buccal cavity leads into pharynx. Pharynx is swallowed by esophagus. In esophagus, involuntary contraction and relaxation of its wall takes place, which are known as peristalsis or peristaltic movements. Sorry. So we have done some part of alimentary canal today. In the next video, we are going to discuss about stomach and small intestine.